provided the students with soft copy of the three
Okay.
texts I used to send them. You're still requesting for slides.
Mr. James, I had to mute you because there's noise coming on the background.
In the whole of the class this semester. The student told me the same. I should use a slide. He asked
Mr.
me,
James, are you
he
talking
said,
to
they,
Mr. James? Are you with? Are you
they cannot understand me. It's too difficult.
okay? I don't think Mr. James knows that it's live. Wow. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good damn good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wherever you'll be joining this show from. That's a good morning. It is a good morning. Sunny. It's about 6:30 a.m. here in the city of Colony. The colony. The sun is out, and I feel like a kid again. Anyway, how y'all doing? How not day? How not weekend day? Happy New Week, as we say in Nigeria. Um. Anyway, as we know now, as usual, it's all about politics and policy. I don't know. Anyway, it's like how many days I don't come on life here? It's as if it's been and forever. So many things happen. So many water went past under the bridge, as we say in the local palace. Have you? I don't know how to act again, but let's get started. Grab you a cup of coffee if you are like me, and wine, whatever you are into. Let's get cracking. Again, few minutes to maybe an hour to before plantation duty calls. You know what I mean? Anyway, why I supposed to come on 30 minutes before now? Oh boy. About 5 minutes to that time, I just someone won a interview by the great, the late Odumegbo Ojukwu himself. Oh boy, oh boy. It's about 28 minutes interview. Shit. At one point, I was like, it's just that I was come online again. Because, man, there's so many. That interview just fucked me up, man. That shit get me fucked all the way up. Excuse my Yoruba. God damn. Whew. I will need to listen to that interview again. I think I sent it to Mr. James. Oh Lord, Lasha, there's so many questions. Yeah, that whoo, and it just puts a lot of things into perspective. Why things are the way they are when it comes to Nigerian leadership. Why these old men are acting the way they are acting. Now, this is if I want to follow the spirit of Chimamanda, the danger of a single side story. I be actually phrase that way. Yes, I understand doing Bujuku is speaking from his, one perspective, but I think as a Nigerian, I have if nothing this past 3 4 years teach me about the history of Nigeria. I could tell where somebody is speaking from, their own perspective and all that. But what am I trying to say? The guys raised a lot of issues. He said a lot of things that makes so much sense. However side you look at it from, but we'll also be interested to hear from every other perspective. But so far, we don't hear from so many people, right? So many people. Indirectly, directly, we have read books, read stories about Biafran War, about the independence of Nigeria, about all. But this Odumebu Ojukwu interview just cut across every narrative out there, just right in the middle, just boom, just like split every narrative into two. So clear that God damn, it's not gonna get better soon. Hey, it's not getting better anytime soon in terms of leadership, in terms of God damn, I don't think this country as it is even going to survive. Nigeria will not survive. I don't see it surviving as one entity. I don't know. I don't know. Holy crap. Woo! Wow. Even the top by top go kole work. Gosh. So pretty much Ojuku self he inherited he started in a like the foundation was already been laid out before he himself. He's just building upon the foundation that is already laid down, not by him or by Hebrews, but fact, fact. Whoo. Ah, this is so fucking crazy. There's an interview out there that came out yesterday of um Wale Soyinka, Professor Wale Soyinka, and this is a guy. I think that it was done in London, Igwe or something. Sorry, you know, I listened to it and whew, my God, whew, wow, wow, hmm. But I don't even know. I don't even know where to start again from the conversation that I wanted to have today about Jibrin Barau's bid as the deputy senate president. I know that went under the radar of the mainstream media. But this interview actually, man, shit. Holy crap. Holy. Yes, the interview itself, even though the interview kind of was dotted in a way, the way they did it's questionable, but god damn. I've never. I think the closest thing to this interview that I've really heard, whatever, in terms of that hits closer to the Nigerian problem is this interview is Fatherless People by Wale Ugu. I mean, Wale Ugu kind of dance around what kind of led to what brought the three region to bear. But Ojuku's interview punch on the real problem, the real issue. Well, not the foundation of the issue, but you can extrapolate and clearly see why the first coup took place, the coup of 1966. Ojukwu touched on that in that interview, why the first coup actually took place, the reason. Man, I say, holy crap, holy shit, gosh, my, Nanja, holy moly, holy moly, holy moly. Yeah, man. See, I'm the like. Oh my God, Nanja man. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how to explain to you. Hey, I don't know how to explain to you. How when as in fact, I listened to Wole Soyinka interview. You know, yesterday I had a podcast interview by Igwe, somebody Igwe. Then I just listened to Udumebo Ojukwu interview. I think it's about, I don't know, around 2010, 2011, whatever. I think that's when that interview took place in Washington, D.C. This guy, fucked. The guy fucked me up, man. Like, excuse my Yoruba, my whole fucking brain as it is now is in another dimension. It's just holy crap. I've never like come close to some of the questions that cloud my head for so many years about the Nigerian state, about why Nigeria did, about why so many things are the way they are. Now, why Inamdi Kanu is in court? This is not. This is bigger than Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is just picking up from his own understanding, and he's not wrong. At this point, fucking nobody is wrong. At this point, Emilio Kwan phrase make more sense. I fuck like just so many things is making so much sense to me. I just from that one interview. I'm not saying the interview is the fact is the truth. No, but that interview just just bring my curiosity to some certain understanding, certain conclusion. Why this man eloquently put it why the 1966 coup took place. Why they have to paint it as an Igbo coup. Why it was so easy to be sold like that. Why who are actually going to be the beneficiary of that coup? Why the people who actually run the coup saw a vision. Like there's a reason why the Inamdi Azikiwe think the way it thinks. Why the Saudona think the way it thinks. Why Awolowo thinks the way he thinks about the whole country. I totally understand. That guy break it down in a way that holy moly, he break like it's oh my god. And again, he also just put Wale Sheka interview, part of the interview into perspective that why the country called Nigeria, I don't know, it's just holy shit. My God. Huh. 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 I think leadership is not our problem. I swear to God, at this point, I can say leadership. Mbano, no be leadership in Nigeria problem. Na lie. These men are lying. It's not, yes, even me saying the structure the structure is the problem. Yes, I was looking at it from the structure that is built from maybe 1979 or 1999. Hell no, that is not even the freaking problem. That's not the problem. Our problem go deep. Our problem at this point, I can argue that our problem is no be no be no be the Western power per se per se. Our problem na ideology. The ideology of the founding fathers of the South of the Southeast is different from the ideologies of the Southwest founding fathers and the ideology of that of the Northern founding fathers. Now, this is not to say that those of the Southeast is the right word, or those of the Southwest is the right ideology, or those of the North is the right ideology. No, they just see things differently. Since when they handle independence to them, they see things differently. They see how where the nation should still come from differently. The South is led by Nnamdi Azikiwe. See the Nigerian independence as a stepping stone, as just the beginning, because Nnamdi Azikiwe has the ideology of a Pan-Africanist. He now saw it, okay, this is now the time for us to now key into the continent ideology and take off from there. We should not be carried away about this new freedom. It should be seen as a beginning. That is the founding father, that's the Azikiwe's ideology. Why the North led by Saldona believe that this new nation, yes, because of the position that we occupy at that time, there is no need for us to rush. Let's calm down and stand on equal footing, however that want me, whatever they see as not equality. So they are seeing the nation, the new Nigeria that was given to them, how they should start from it in a different ground. Now, the Southwest, led by Awolowo, see that the new nation from a different perspective, where they should start from. But the most importantly, what led to the Civil War of 1966, according to Edime Bojuko, was the fight to govern from the middle. Awolowo felt that he can affect the nation better from Lagos, which is the central power then. Zikiwe felt that with his Pan-African ideology, he can actually affect his own leadership style from Lagos, which is also the center of power. Saldona, the same thing, felt that that he can actually lead properly from the center. Don't forget, these people were leading from where? Kaduna, Ibadan, and where? So that's now one aspect of it. But again, Odumogo pointed something out in that interview that when that the problem, when they asked him why the Igbo are center of everything like that, why is it that every narrative was easy to tell around the Igbo, was because of three things he said it. Yes, basically. The religion aspect is there, the ethnic aspect is there. But there's one important thing that we are not pointing out, that I'm pointing out, is the political aspect. which is exactly what happened in this Obi election. It operation wait here, wait here, wait here, wait here. I don't understand. I just hear out. But that man trying to break it down what operation wait here means. It is when Zig won the Southwest. Now again, when Zig won the Southwest election, you can imagine where that animosity could come from because the Southeast we already leading, they already ruling the Southeast, South side to some extent. The idea they are coming to take power from the Southwest is unbearable. So I just paraphrase. I paraphrase everything. Try to compress that. It says so many things. One day, I go find one day where I get enough time. Where I no go work. I go actually come. I go play the interview. I don't care what YouTube is going to do. No, for the fact we go spend time to analyze that guy interview. Holy moly! I will send the link out. Maybe we'll go listen to that interview. Down for overnight. Holy shit! Me now the canoe I beg. That guy is innocent. It's actually it's not wrong. None of them is wrong. None of those motherfuckers are wrong. Even the other nobody is wrong at this point. Fuck. Okay, so you say the ethnicity and religion the British left for us contributed to the problem. Nah, at this point, bless. Come on, no, I don't know. Nanja, no. There's more. According to Wale Soyinka, we just have to see that. I don't know. That's I would recommend that podcast to people to go and listen to Wale Soyinka. Fuck. Awolowo and Zeke wants to be on top. They believe without that, all of them, not be saying, as they say, all of them get different ideology. And as I said, nobody was wrong. Nobody said, Awolowo knows is not wrong. Zeke is not wrong. The Tafawa Balawa led, they are not wrong. As far as I'm concerned, none of them is wrong. Oh my God. I think this turn by turn is the closest thing. It's just that the turn by turn are two-way street. That's the problem. If we can find a way to turn by turn to the tripod, maybe it will work. I think that's the closest thing. Now, splitting the country into three, is that going to work? Yes, but it's not going to be in anybody's favor. I know. Now that the way the world is going, nobody go. Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy crap! Holy crap! Holy crap! I don't know, man. I think contrary to the belief out there that the British people okay, they have to do the British people got to do what they have to do, But I don't know. I don't fucking know. If the British people no give the kind of governing power to the north, who they forgive to? To the east, it would have been the same. To the west, it would have been the same because the whole according to Kwale man. Huh. Oh my god. I don't know, man. I don't know. Huh. As a conversation needs to be had. I think that's and I don't know. I don't know if now we actually if we're actually in position to have this conversation. We're not. I don't think I don't think we are in position to have this conversation from unbiased point of view. I don't think we are in position. We are getting there. Now generation when I think it's a good thing that our generation they speak our when they are losing their dialect. If I have to go that extreme, no, fuck it. Who? I mean, sorry that it cost man. I'm trying to make sense of so many things that at once, which I know is not the right thing to do, but boy, Zig believes Tafawa Balewa was Amadu Bello. Yes, no, not na so, no be saying I believe, no be saying I believe, but you know, I think, and the problem with that is just the leadership style. You understand? Now leadership style. You can say that Godfatherism style. You can say that Godfather. Now leadership style. You understand? I can choose to have a front man. There's nothing wrong with that. Go there and be my full soldier. That's how they play. That's what I'm saying. That these three people have different view of how the new nation that was given to them, how they should take off. It's the takeoff point that they all disagree on. And I think the problem is that they refuse to have a conversation. Everybody was pulling his weight from their ideology, from their beliefs. So they meet in politics, now be the meeting ground. So what the British people do, this just gave them the fields that they should wrestle from, which is the parliamentary way. I now understand why the British people, or why the early founding father has to actually go the parliamentary way. But the animal instinct in the horse human overtook them. If I want to conclude with my own little mind, which is, I think my idea is superior, and in order for me to prove it's superior, it will be better for me to prove it from the middle. Every one of these people think like that. Awolowo think like that because Awolowo play, which is the same way, this same politics, this same Bola Tinubu administration is playing. Now, what am I saying? We should shift away from Tinubu for a minute and pay attention to the prominent voice in Bola Tinubu administration. One person in particular, Senator Adeyemi. He made an headline that by the year 2050, 50% of Nigeria will be living in Western Nigeria. Therefore, a deliberate attempt should be taken by deliberately favor any drafting a policy that will accommodate those Nigerians. That is exactly the politics of the founding fathers of the Yoruba nation believed in, led by Azikiwe, believing that yes, because of what he believed, that he comes to the middle, which is the Lagos as a capital, then he can, put his superior idea into display. The same thing Nnamdi Azikiwe with his Pan-African ideology, who believed that the new baby that was given to them, which is Nigeria, is a stepping stone. It is time for us to not get carried away with this freedom, but instead we should get to work and literally influence the other and be the power, pretty much be the hegemony power of the continent. There's nothing wrong with that. As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing wrong with that. So now the same also goes to the Saudona, who you say yes, his main man, his hunchman is Tafawa Balewa, who believe that yes, academically they are disadvantaged, But with the governing IQ, with the governing power structure that was nearly given to us because of the population and other, whatever that we're in play, at least we can exercise our influence from Lagos too. Now, you see, so this was the tension. This was the tension that was playing out as at that time when they were newly given independence. And because of this tension, the country wasn't growing. So the young military men felt that these people are holding the progress of the nation because of their individual beliefs. They saw the last of Nyerere, of today Tanzania, making wave. And fast forward to today, we often refer to Tanzania how they are sufficient in terms of electricity, how their infrastructure is doing well. This same freaking place that we were 1960s. That's where we were today. We are using the same people as an example. Egypt, Ghana. Why? Because our leaders can't seem to get their freaking ego off their asses for the country to move forward. Cool, we'll see happen again. That's what led to that 1960 coup. This was led by this is the young people ideology, the young people that took that decided to carry out that coup. These are young Nigerians who felt that these elders, because of their ego, is holding the country back. And guess what? Who is to be the beneficiary of that coup? Nnamdi Azikiwe. I don't know who was in jail at that time. The goal was to wrestle the freaking country and knock constitutional central power in Lagos and give it to Nnamdi Azikiwe, who was in prison at that time. This is what the call is about. We are the same thing. These motherfuckers who are saying turn by turn, Emiloko, Southwest, are fucking holding the country down. And guess what? Since the way the Chop Life gang could not reason beyond ourselves too, the Gen Z saw what we could not see. They took on the spirit of those young, whether you like it, I won't call them coup plotters anymore. Those are fucking patriots. Led by the usual war, but those are fucking patriots as far as I'm concerned. Who say no? Something got to be done. Yeah, we don't like the way they did it, but god damn it, they saw beyond their self. Law freaking just a freaking conversation that needs to be heard. I don't know if we that are currently alive today are actually in the right freaking position to have that because we can't see beyond our fucking self. Damn. I don't forget what I want to talk before. But god damn. I listen to a Jupe interview, my head explode. There's so much. So much. That we need to actually go back and learn. Yes, so much. Gosh. Oh my god. But I think there is hope. I know. But I don't know how it's gonna happen. Man of prestige. Okay, you are driving. I can still feel that on your background. Yeah. What's good? What's good?
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hold on. This rental car that I have, I'm trying to let it get on the Bluetooth. I don't know what's wrong with it.
You say what you have?
I can't. Yeah, it's a rental car that I'm driving. I'm trying to
Oh,
let it
rental
get on
car.
the on my Bluetooth. While I'm driving. Hold on. I'm gonna park somewhere. See why it's not getting to the Bluetooth. Hold on. I'm gonna park somewhere. See why it's
All
not
right.
getting on the. Why it's not getting on the Bluetooth while I, so I can talk while I drive. I don't know why it's not getting on the Bluetooth. Okay.
Okay.
This damn car. Okay, let me look up my Bluetooth.
I don't post the link of that interview so that we can maybe say, well, that my own understanding, but I go still need to listen to the interview over and over and over and over again. But there's so much that was revealed in that interview. Now I'm not saying, oh, I'm taking every word that came out of Ojuku mouth literally. No, 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 no. I'm reacting to the interview based on my own little understanding of the country, my own little research, my own little reading. And again, I'll go refer people to go and read The Fatherless People by Wale Ugu. That book is much. There's much. That book, there's a conversation to be heard. That's what I can say about that book. It's just, it did a lot of work in that book. Go listen if you, I mean, if you are like me who likes to listen, go listen to book. Listen to that book. If you read and read, that's one book. That will make a lot of set a lot of background to everything. Then go just listen to this Ojukwu interview. It's it opened a lot of holy moly. If you like history like me, you can just there's so much happening now that happened before. Oh man, but one Niger man.
Baba, hello.
Yeah.
Happy
You see the
weekend.
most intelligent man among us. No, no, no. At this point, no be. Well, I don't know.
And that is already the matter. Why I use
All
it was
right.
that is already the matter. Understand the coming together that we have to sit in the table because Azikiwe was not don't even understand. All he was just hungry for power. Let them go. Let them go. Let the British go.
Oh, no, no,
Because
no. All of
assuming
them.
wait, and then I talk now. Not be the talk since. Assuming you listening to that Amadu Bello, all these problems because that man said no. We have to sit down, discuss first. How don't be you don't be tell me so one go kill rabbit. I say okay. If you kill the
Waiting.
rabbit, have your attention. You say no, 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 more kill am first, more kill am first. If you don't kill am first, wait your hands, story go come now.
I'm confused. Waiting, like, we don't discuss about what?
No, I say why I use that word. That's why I use that word. Say about Bello was the most intelligent among the three of them, because that is only the man that said no. That Kozik said no. When he say let's come together, let's have it independent. He said no. Let's sit down first on the round table. Let's discuss all the tribe ethnicity among us. How are we going to live? But Zik was saying no. Let's have the power first. We'll talk that later. You understand? So the man
This,
don't say after you don't share bread.
hold on.
Bread you don't do. That's why I use that word for
This,
the man. Mm.
this
How far now?
happened. This happened when? Before I been after the independence.
Before the independent now.
Okay.
Before the
Do you
independent, yeah.
do you understand that? Do you understand the sacrifice where Zeke makes for the Northerners?
No, not be not be so. You don't be use you don't be look at that way. You
No,
don't be look at that way.
hold on now. That's what I'm
No.
saying. Hold on, hold on. Why that's what I say? You are telling one side of the story. If
No,
you
I'm not
understand
saying one
what
side of the story.
now,
I'm saying the agreement.
yeah, I tell you. That's why I ask you now. You understand the sacrifice where the guy make before then. So that you know, if you talk say now this person now get no, they all have different ideology, and they felt that the only way for them to prove their ideology is for them to prove from the center. And the center can only be one person. So the three of them are pushing. No, they're not putting Bible, they're pushing with their own weight. Just like politics, just like what they happen. So everybody they push. And that push now they hinder the country of making any progress.
Wait,
Country where get
why
independent.
sometimes say you don't say wait of here. Before
Okay.
the independence, if then the way this Amadu Bello was saying, no, we cannot just come together, mesh together. and let the British go because it was a northern and a south. You understand? First and foremost, there is 200, 300 and something tribe in Nigeria. The North Central, they're going to be. What is going to be their own role?
This man, hold on. What are you talk? What are you talking about?
I'm telling you, before the independent now, the agreement where Ahmadu Bello was pushing, because you know there's different ethnicity, there's different tribes, there's different religion. We have to discuss if we come together to become one country. You those Ibinio, see what you will be, see your role. But Zik said no. First and foremost, let us come together. Let's take the power first from the British. Later we'll discuss it. And he never come to table again.
Again, calm down. Now what they tell you. Now you are telling story from halfway.
Which kind of halfway? I don't understand what they talk.
What is they talk?
You feel narrate the story
before. The man that gave power, that suspend their independence just to make sure that the Northerners are ready. Are you aware of that?
Nah, you don't. That is you are not understanding what I'm saying. Why did he suspend power? Because only the British said they want to merge them together. They want them to become a nation now. It was Southern Protectorate and a Northern Protectorate before. For you to come, because the South was already more developed than the North. That is why it's supposed to be 1956. I've been 1953. They have to wait.
My guy, now they tell you, can you stop telling half story? I know
what
you talk.
I don't understand what you talk. Which one the half story?
I tell you what the friction that was happening between these three men. At the end of the day, how they not be regional government they can't get. If they not talk, how they can't handle regional government? That regional government was still not enough. All of them is still trying to prove that I can rule from the middle. You didn't talk to them.
You say half story, but that's now you talk half story now. The North. Wait, now you let us talk once. That's your problem.
If you no agree, if I think you will not agree as you they talk, how they end up with 3 regional governments?
Now they tell you so. 3 regional governments. That is what the British left be that one. That's one I talk about.
Exactly. So now, all of, and you know the year which they talk, all of them have the same goal to cover from the middle. Both Zik, both Ahmadu Bello, both Awolowo. So you cannot force any of them. All of them have the same goal.
I'm telling you before they reach that side. What are you talking, man?
Before they reach that side, Zik makes sacrifice.
Before I'm talking about before independence, not after independence. I'm not talking after independence, man.
What are you talking about again?
I'm talking about before independence. You are telling me after
before independence, the Southeast makes sacrifice twice to accommodate the Northern people. What are you talking about?
Oh my God!
You're talking about history.
There's nothing like Southeast then. It was South and West, South and North, man.
Who was the leader?
Before independence.
There are 3 leaders.
Oh my God, man, you yelling, man. Why you shout now? With the conversation, not be shout, man.
No, because you are telling our story. How many leaders?
I've told you something before. Before independence, you are telling me something after.
Hold on. How many regions?
Okay, it's okay. Look, I don't get power for shout this morning. No, for one talk another thing. I beg. Oh my God. It's okay now, my God. Shit. Just shout, drop somebody head. That's all the fight.
I know today, and I'll let you. I know people who argue. Go listen to that interview, then you come back. I go say one person better pass one. That's exactly where we are today. These are 3 men who have the same different ideology, but want to implement it at the middle. All of them were pushing hard with their political ideology, with their political identity. Even when Zeke won the Southwest, just like also Obidi won Lagos. Even when that's where the Southwest felt threatening. That Zeke cannot be leader of Southeast, South, and don't lead from the Southwest again. No, that is why they started pouring acid on people in Lagos, street of Lagos. Then they pour acid on people. That is why they termed that period Operation Wear and Tear. Wet and tear. They pour you wet acid, you tear into pieces. Why? Now tension.
Everybody believes say I need to be that number one guy. The regional way that they control is not enough, and that springs from their own ideology. As I said, Nnamdi Kanu, Ezek felt that the new nation that was given to us we should not get carried away with it, because he has a Pan-African ideology. Fine, you can go with the South and say no, but guy, calm down. We just get this baby now. Let's settle the friction that is among us now, the power now, so that before we aim iron. That's a different thing. Why the Awolowo-led leadership was looking carefully, saying, you know what? I think we are in a very strategic position to actually make sure every part of the country look up to us. And I said, that's exactly what is happening. Just go and listen to Senator Bamidele's conclusion that by the year 2050, 50% of Nigerians will be residing in the Southwest. Hey, you cannot fault him for saying that, and you can actually prove it. Right? Again, that is an individual mindset. What do you think another person is saying? We are saying that because we have the largest land, for that reason, the country will depend on us in the future. This is an argument of how to survive. And just as far as I'm concerned, none of them is wrong. But ability for us to sit down on the table and actually have a conversation and agree on something, that's where we are. And I think that's what Professor Wole Soyinka conclusion. If you go listen to the podcast from Igwe, that guy. So the idea of this one nine get the best. No, it's not about that. The fact is that we have three individuals who could not see beyond their ass, or who could not convince the other of their own ideology, because that's what democracy is all about. So the question now we should now be asking, how did we go from 3 regions, which these men at the end of the day settled for, but even the fact that they settled for it, they also found a foundation of what? Of discord among the people. Because of their individual ambition, the country was not growing. The country wasn't growing, and that is why this young officer decided to say, no, the likes of Inyere is doing wonderful work in what should I call this little country? So other countries were springing up, were getting their own independence. If you remember, in the early 60s, countries were getting independence. Ghana is going. They were like, no, we cannot just sit here and have these men fucking destroy the country because of their ego. My brother, what are we having today? Emiloko, now turn by turn, south by south. It's the same exactly one Nigeria is coming to make here that is two between 2 regions. No, it's not. It's never like that. That is what they are trying to make it look like. And don't forget, in that system, the East had the upper in terms of the academics, they are already up there. You cannot force them for going that far ahead of everybody. Everybody has his own strengths and weaknesses. At the same time, I'm not saying the Igbos are the victim either. But I'm just saying that this is 3 different people who were, I won't say they are fortunate or lucky, who fought for a country, and they got it. But where to go from there is where the problem is. And I think we are at that stage again. We are at that stage again. We are at that stage again. The country is going through it. Other countries are making waves. Other countries are making waves. But these men are still inch on yesterday, still fighting ideologically. Buhari said it in one of his interviews with Arise. But we now go listen to Ram. That is about the battle of supremacy between the ethnicities. And isn't that a fact? If you don't have the spirit of dominance, you stand a chance to be dominated. It's the same problem. We just couldn't get. We don't have elites. We don't have generation who are selfless yet. That's where we are where we are. We have leaders who enter on being in power for the sake of what transpired yesterday. So at the end of the day, what is the probability that if we go our three ways, that we can even live as neighbor in peace? because that's where we are. So we are still human beings. That spirit of dominance. One person go feed the fish, I go feed do am. So that's what led to us exactly what I understand led to that first coup. So the idea is in this person get the best strategy, but this person gets best strategy. But as far as I'm concerned, it's just about what you see and how do you want to go about it. And again, we are here. We are the same place we were during the independence. The world is re-strategizing. New ally have been formed. The small countries around us are taking shape, but we are yet dividing ourselves between turn by turn among these old men, because these old men are playing the politics of the people that came before them, the Zik, the Awolowo, the Saudonas. It's all about dominance. They are playing individual. So when Buhari came to power, and he's saying empowering and just going and going and going and going his own people, it's at the spirit of that. Buhari, Tinubu is in power now. He's doing the same thing. He's doing the same thing. An opportunity was denied Zik. That same opportunity is being denied Obi. I'm saying Obi because at this point, he's not the number one political figure in that zone. So it's the same thing all over again. These people are not thinking of the future. Maybe one of them is doing, maybe two of them is, but collectively, they don't care about the future. And that is why it's easy for the foreign capital, for the foreign money to come in. They understand the friction between the three leaders, the three regions, the three personal, however you want to classify the Nigerian power. They understand. Of course, they want to put your money where you make profit. And I think that is where a lot of literatures, a lot of conversation, a lot of this are trying to always point our attention to. And it's clear, yes, their money are here. There's nothing. They are here because there's a space. If I don't give you my car, I know if you send me money. And you understand? Yeah, Nigeria losing $6 billion. See, that's the same thing. You understand? So just imagine you now. You are in a military position. Me at the military position. Nigeria. So with all this way this man they do, what do you think is going to happen? We'll go say we want to take power and give it to Obi because Obi seems to be more sensible among them. That is exactly in a nutshell. That's exactly the narrative that played out a little the first civil war. It just happened that the Igbo people were better in position in terms of the military hierarchy. That is how the military was positioned at that time. But guess what? Who hurt the coup? We was seeing the same Ojime Wojuku and the man that finally became head of the Ngwe. But they are trying to paint the narrative to be tribal. But no, it was just the same foolishness that we are seeing now. That was displayed as at that time. These three men were pulling weight. Zik, Awolowo, Saudona were pushing weight because they believe if one of them is at the top, can actually do better, whatever they can actually nationalize their ideas, good or bad. This is the same thing. See, we are losing opportunities of small countries, Angola, Tanzania, that's what country I was on to we get independent, Nyerere Nkrumah was building a nation. Kwame Nkrumah was going. Other Africans was springing up, doing some good shit. Why our men were fighting within themselves politically. So those military men were able to say, no. You can fault how they went about it. That's all they know as at that time. But at the same time, that is war. If you look around the Gen Z, that's why for the past couple of days I've been saying the people that with the chop life generation, what is our bragging right? The people that came before, they can say, well, you know what, we fought guns, we fought the military guys that gave us the fourth republic. That's their bragging right. Those that came before us, the Gen Z, they can say yes, they faced bullets, they faced guns, they were killed by a civilian government because they're just trying to say, you know what, we cannot continue like this. What is our own bragging rights with the chop life generation? I would say we should just stay out of the way of the Gen Z. Let them do what they know are the best how to do it. We can laugh at their ignorance. We can criticize their articulation. We can do whatever. But guess what? Buruburu said that's all they know. That's what we give them. They don't want to chop life like us. I think that's what I see there. Or they want to chop a better life, and the fact that the only way they can chop a better life is to take out the elephant in the room. So the idea that's why I say this turn by turn, the fact that we came out in mass and support those 17 clouds in the south is at our own detriment. We are digging ourselves into it deeper. I said it. That's why I call them clowns. Turn by turn for what? For what? It's not turn by turn to develop the nation. No. So that's exactly the same. We are the same way. Why would they fight turn by turn? Other countries are making it. We are at a very critical stage, just like in the 60s, where the Americans were fighting the West, the Soviet Union's ideology, every nook and corner of the world. The same time, the Americans again are fighting for survival this time around. They are not just fighting they are not just fighting the Soviet Union again this time, fighting Russia in terms of military hegemony. They are still fighting Chinese. Sanction everywhere, economically. Whether you like it or not, ideologically they are also there. They're fighting. That's what Gaza and Israel is all about. It's an ideological fight. No business a minute they find. So it's the same about what are we doing? We are busy saying turn by turn. Why the world is taking shape again before our own very own eye. The world is taking shape. The world is negotiating, is strategizing. Everything is now going. It's no longer under the control of one superpower anymore. That's what is going on. Allies, new friends are being built. Where are we? If we cannot see beyond ourselves that what is going on, it is our grandchildren that are going to be at the receiving end. We are deceiving ourselves. So I don't give a fuck who has the best strategy. I don't give a fuck who has the best strategy. I care about who has the framework to put Nigeria where it needs to be. And it's not about somebody who come and say, oh, we should cut no. A whole new conversation has to be heard. I think that's exactly what Wole Soyinka was saying. We have to sit down. Do we want to live together? And if the answer is yes, how do we do? And if it's no, everybody should. It's not even about succession anymore. Yeah, I think we are looking at it in a very now because now we know. That's all we know. Some of the people that fought civil war are still living among us. The victim of civil war are still very much. We are all the victim of it, right? And I believe that there has come a generation whereby that conversation will have to be heard. The idea that the North, just because you believe in one God or the other, and that is the end of your life. The idea that like just so many things that cannot be tolerated by the incoming generation, whether we like it or not. The idea of God is freaking disappearing, whether we like it or not. Those who still hold on to that for their source of power is disappearing. How long can you hold it? Those who believe that they have their ethnic DNA is more superior, they are also going away. Whatever the ideology you have now is going to be refined by the world that our next generation are going to grow into. I'm pretty sure Show is not training his child to be a surgeon like the last of the generation. You could say you have to go with AI. Mr. James,
Yes, hello.
I'm good. I sent you the link. Were you able to listen to it?
Yes, I watched part of it because I could not finish everything because I have some little issues to attend to here. But I
Oh.
watched almost half of it or so.
Yeah, I mean, throughout the way to the end, it's just keep revealing so many questions. That's what I saw in the entire. I have so many questions to ask. So many questions.
You know, one thing is that I'm of the opinion that
Yeah.
if a marriage is not working, they have to pack it up. You
Out.
know, we have a country very close to us here, Mauritania. You must have heard about it.
Yes.
Among the Islamic countries of the world, they have the highest divorce rate because to them, divorce is nothing. Marriage is just companionship. If it's not working, you pack up. And their custom there is that the wife takes everything in the house and the man goes with nothing.
Mm.
So divorce rate is extremely high in Mauritania, an Islamic country. So I'm saying this because from what Ojuku was saying, if we are not compatible, must we live together?
I think everybody will ask that question. That's a common question.
Good. Now, if we are not compatible, the earlier we make up our minds on the issue, the better. But the problem is this. From what Ojuku was emphasizing, he said that all the goodies go to the north at the expense of the south. Am I right?
No, that's why I say that's
Good.
why I
Now,
say you have to
if that is
Mr.
correct, if
James,
that is
Mr.
correct,
James, Mr. James. I don't want us to start the convert. That's that's like a fruit. The root is I just listen to it to the end. That's the who is getting is a fruit. It's just a fruit of a root. You
no,
understand? It's a fruit.
I'm driving at a point. Now, the issue is this. If all the goodies are going to the north, as he is saying, why is the north still the least developed part of the country?
Mr. James, that's why I said we are
Now,
not helping
it is
ourselves when we start the conversation. That's not our
no,
problem.
no, no, no,
No,
the issue is this.
and
It is
again
a class. No,
no, that's Mr. James. Mr. James, the question you should now ask yourself: when did the North started gaining this favor? When? Some people were gaining it before them.
excuse
So
me.
see,
The
we can
point I'm
start the
making is
conversation like
this.
that. It's not. We are not helping
No,
ourselves.
the point I'm making is this. It is a class of people in the country that are mismanaging the country. And
And
this
that's
class, excuse me, this class cut across all the ethnic groups. If
that
Ojuku is right, that the North is taking everything at the expense of the South,
no,
the
Mr.
North
James,
will
Mr. James,
have
Mr. James,
wait, wait,
Mr. James, Mr. James. I'm sorry that I'm interrupting you. You are not. That's a half conversation. Before the North started getting the benefit they are getting now, who was getting it before? It is not the
no,
Nigerian state.
we are driving at the same point, but from
Exactly.
different.
So we should not start. No,
Wait,
that should not even be the part of our conversation. It's not.
no, it should be.
It's
We
deeper
need to
than that.
build on something. We need to build on something. If you go to northern Nigeria today, the worst diseases in Nigeria are prevalent in the north. Am I wrong?
Mr. James, we are not going to have we cannot even have a dialogue if we start having the conversation like that. we cannot even arrive at that point that we have to go our separate ways. And I think that's the problem. They want us to fiction that, oh, these people are gaining more, these people are losing, these people are right. No, that's what they want the conversation to be on. And we are not getting anywhere with that. That is not our problem. That is just a symptom.
Look, I want to make a point.
No, don't use any part to make a point.
I want to build on something before I make. I'm building on something.
All right.
Yes. Now, if you look at the country, it's governed by a class of people. If you talk of corruption in Nigeria, it cuts across all the ethnic groups. The Urobos, the Edos, the Bibios, the Yorubas, all the ethnic groups are involved in this corruption business. There was a time we talk about the Kaduna Mafia. Now, when you don't, let me talk.
Mr. James, the question I want to be answered is, why are they acting the way they are acting? There's a motive behind it. That is the problem. And the motive is just an ideology of where the country should go. And because of that, the country is not moving. So that's why I say we should not look at this from this part. No.
Excuse me, when you say ideology, not ideology in the Western or what do you call it?
Yeah, you see, that's the problem. You think the Western ideology to which you subscribe to
is ideology. The ideology is to move the country to death. Are you getting me? What are you accusing the Hausa man of? Which the Igbos, the Yorubas, the Urobos, the Igbos, the Edos are not involved in?
None of us.
What has the Hausa man done that other ethnic groups have not done? Mention it.
So the ideology, none of us is moving forward. The world ideology we adopt in the West, how far have we gone? Are we proud of ourselves? So, and that is where the problem is. So we should start seeing it from, oh, this person idea is superior. This person no, that's not going. And I think that is what is at play. That's why I said.
They have ideas. What are the ideas? I want to know.
That's what I'm saying. At the beginning, when the nation was given to us as independence, we have 3 leaders, 3 regions. The Southeast led by Zeke, who has an ideology of a Pan-Africanist, who is saying that this new nation is a stepping stone. We should not get carried away. We should get to work. We should go into the continent and exercise our power. There's nothing wrong with that. Why did other people say, no? Wait a minute. This is just a new country. Can we make sure we achieve level of balance in terms of the way the power is structured? You can see they are speaking for their own selfish interest, but that's what they believe, and they are not wrong. Why the Awolowo-led ideology is saying that, I think we are in a very strategic position. If we actually exercise and establish our power here, we can actually absorb the whole nation. There's nothing wrong with all these 3 as far as I'm concerned. But why should one overlap the other? That's where the problem is. And that is where they were fighting to make sure they exercise their ideology from the center point. Remember, Lagos was the center. Amadu Bello was operating from Kaduna, Z from Enugu, the other. So all of them want to come to the north and exercise that power. And that's where we are today. That's where we are. So that is the foundation of every other problem we are seeing. Either religion or whatever, that's the foundation. There are factors we cannot see in terms of ideology. And the subsequent events that play out led to this conclusion. Between 1960 to 1966, the first coup, which is what we are accusing the Igbo people for. And at the same thing we are doing it right now, the same thing. So that's why I say we should not see that they not. No. If we are seeing it from there, then we are getting the whole conversation wrong.
You did not allow me to make my point. You did allow me to make my point. This is the issue.
Go ahead. Niger man, you will talk.
It is the same class of people who are mismanaging the country. These people have no ideology. Take it or leave it. You call Zik a
No.
pan-Africanist.
They have ideology. Their ideology is to better their region. Let's make that clear.
What other things to do? Let's call it a day.
All right, sir.
Thank
Mr.
you.
L. L, speak up. Najama, nothing that you did it.
Sorry, whose phone is ringing? Whose phone is that Ovia?
It's not mine. I don't. It's my phone. I'm
Okay,
using to talk.
but
Sorry. I'm sorry. I put it off. I'm sorry.
okay. So this is I think uh, this is the real topical shit. I really like this topic. Okay, you know why? Because we've always argued that there's a need to take this growth and development to local government level, the grassroots, like you call it. And there's no better system is put in place that can effectively, carry out these policies or that a local government council. That's where I believe you should we should focus more. Okay, when it comes to agriculture education, like I always talk about the '80s, about how we never really cared about our governor who was a military guy at the time, or Abuja. No, I mean before they officially moved, everything was done at the local government council. You know, school, healthcare was all provided by the LG council. So I think that we should return to that model. I think that I would prefer this than even people that are calling for regional government or the creation of more states. I think we should uh, find a way as the federal government and the people to uh, free the LG council from the shackles of the government. I think that's where we can really get the growth that we want and desire as the people. They have to be free from the shackles of this government. And okay, I also believe that the that they are the ones that will conduct elections at that level has to be removed. So that the INEC should be the one to conduct the elections, like not the way the governors have power, where they decide when to conduct or how to conduct. That power should be taken away from them.
Mr. L. Mr. L.
Yeah,
Mr. L.
yeah,
All these
yeah,
are
I can hear you.
symptoms of the problem. Both are just acting on the men that came before them. So what we are seeing is just a symptom of the fight that has been going on between Amodu Bello, Zeke, and Awolowo. Ideological wise, who is going to reign supreme at the central level? That is still what is
Right.
there. That's why, and if any of them grab power, they want to make sure they, go as far as they can with that ideology under the disguise of one nation.
But do you believe
You
that?
understand? So
Yeah.
if I come to power, region,
Ovia, your line is breaking up. I don't know what's going on.
oh, fine. So is there still that friction? That's why these old men. I have the belief, even though they don't even get confidence on the people who are coming after these old men. They are still going to continue on the same trajectory.
But
They don't.
when you wait a minute, when you say the friction between the belief of Awolowo and Sam Adubelo, do you mean in terms of, because I don't think that we're also trying to dominate them necessarily. I would not agree with that.
No. Yes, it is, of course. He is not coming from the spirit of dominance.
guess what? The other people are seeing me from the period of dominance. Just like the Zik ideology, though, is Pan-African ideology, the other people are seen as dominant. Just like the ideology of Sardona, the other section is seen as dominant. They are not saying it verbally, but their action. That.
So if one person, if a group of people believe that their own belief system is for all, and the other believe that it's a form of domination, then what you're saying is that they in the nature to there, right? Over here. Nigeria will never walk there. It's your point that you're making.
Exactly. It's not going to work like that until we find a way to either have a constitution that will harmonize this idea or sit down. That you are seeing here. And it's not, of course, it's not going to work like that. So that's why I said maybe we that are alive today are already immersed in this way of politics, in this way of seeing things. So they might take a different generation who don't even understand all these things that we have that conversation. So the idea, because if anybody that gets there will roll on this principle. Trust me, I'm coming from a very small unknown village. The idea that will push some policy that will bring my village to prominence is 100%, and that's what you are seeing. So if I now happen to come from a big tribe, they will see I'm favoring my tribe. So is that we sit down, we have a constitution that actually harmonizes the nation growth first, or we sit down and say, come on, I cannot abide. If you not going to agree with this, everybody go. But that's where it goes. It is no longer about a succession. No. For actually for us to have a meaningful way forward, these are the conversations.
So
these are the conversations they have to have openly. Not be a body accord, not be secret. No, it has to be openly conversation. As I said, I don't think we that are alive today are equipped for that kind of conversation.
So do you think that basically, if I get you right, the politics of numbers will not work for Nigeria? That has,
because now that's what the time the tyranny of the majority.
Right,
so
right.
Me and my gang can mobilize numbers and take over power. Abi?
Right, because it's a game of numbers.
America try to avoid at the beginning of the American foundation.
So do you think that Nigeria needs some form of college system that they have in America, where the numbers will not really matter as much? Space we count more than just numbers.
If we are not ready to have the tough conversation, we need the kind of authoritative system that does not power by ethnicity, nor religion, nor none of this crap. But it should be authoritarian. So in the sense that you have to actually force some kind of people, some kind of religion, some kind of group to accept some kind of national rules, which, as far as I'm concerned, is what is happening in China. Because even in America, it's the majority of the tyranny. Now, who get the number pass? If I have billions to coerce people to follow me, to buy into what I'm selling, I take over power and I rule according to that line. That's what is happening. I think that is the danger of democracy, if you ask me. That's the bad side of it. Not that it's bad, but that's the bad side.
So how would you define your own system of government? What kind of system will it be? Like, you have to define it. Is it like a quasi-military plus democracy? Can you describe your own system if you had a chance to design a system for Nigeria? Like, what will you call it? You can't hear me.
Okay, may I come in?
Go ahead.
Yeah. When we are discussing the issues of Nigeria, why is it that we always...
I don't know.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh no. Can anybody hear? I can't hear anybody.
I can hear you.
Huh?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you speak. I can hear you now.
Okay. Why is it that when we are discussing the problems of Nigeria, why is it that when we are discussing the problems of Nigeria, we are of the habit of saying this is the Chinese system, that's how it works. This is in America, this is in Russia, or wherever it is. The Chinese did not copy their system from anywhere. They fabricated it to suit their own environment. The British, they didn't copy anybody. They did it.
Oh, Mr. James, don't get me wrong.
We are unable to
So,
come up
so
with,
you have to conceptualize.
you see, the line is not good.
There is.
We were practicing the parliamentary democracy. It got to a point we could no longer proceed. We abandoned it. We went for presidential democracy. We could not succeed. We want to go back to
No,
parliamentary.
Mr.
Excuse
James,
me.
you are taking Mr. James. You are taking me out of context. You need to understand why I said that.
Please,
I'm
please.
saying
If
that
I cannot
we
express
need.
my opinion, let me attend to other matters.
Yeah, you are taking me out of context. When I said that we might need a Chinese system, I'm speaking from the context of the way things are. We need an authoritative regime that will force every group to accept the national ideology that we are going to bet it. That's why I say, oh, maybe we need the Chinese model. I'm not saying we should go to the Chinese. I'm just saying we need an authoritative whatever, however it's going to come in what form. I don't care in what form, but we need a national agenda if we are going to live together. We need a national authoritative figure that will make everybody accept whatever the times are going to be. And I'm saying if there's any nation that is doing that right now, the Chinese are doing it. They have just one political, whatever they have going on, but it's working for them. They are subjecting everybody to what the Chinese agenda or rules is. So that's what that's where we are. The idea that the Awolowo has his best, Zeke has his best, Adona has his best, it ain't gonna work. So that's the context I'm speaking from. That I'm not saying we should literally go and do that, but I'm speaking from that frame. We need one authoritative hand to gather all our house together, because at this point everybody don't spoil. We are too far in whatever we believe in. Or we have a conversation democratically, or however we want to do it. Traditionally, we have a conversation. But again, I argue that I don't think we that are alive today are equipped in that wire in that way, because we are deep in our whatever that we believe in. So we are going to need a generation that don't understand us to charge that nationhood forward. If we have to stay together and if we have to get our separate ways, that's the context I feel I'm referring the Chinese system was. Not necessarily we should go and copy them as we copy Americans. Because the way these people are going, they understand that the friction that is going on is coming from the fact that the East are excluded from the power sharing as it is. So if the country, you get the way the country go drive itself, they go say, you know what, I'm going to give an Igbo man president. Maybe we'll go achieve. And that will not solve the problem. It's just for them to calm themselves down and move forward again. That's the trick these people will play. Anybody that's watching that interview to watch it to the end. Matter of fact, if I I would recommend you start it from the end. Start watching from the end. Because whoever put the video together, there's a lot of the thought cut and joined together in that video too. They cut a lot of parts, I can tell from the conversation. But start from the end, the listen and come. The beginning was pretty much what happened to the Igbos and all those. That are the aftermath of what set up the whole disagreement. So the what set up disagreement was pretty much at the end. That's where he actually touched on it. Wole Soyinka had an interview too yesterday that I watched. I recommend that interview too. He alluded to some things that I agree with. I want close up, but I go work. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk tomorrow. I know people waiting I can't talk there because of how insightful that interview is. I recommend it for everybody to go and watch. Na masterpiece. I've been a history class I was on. Until tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, ciao.